Farmer Citizens Bank, Mansfield Typewriter, Surpro Carpet Cleaning, Bill's TV and Appliance, and Gallion and Bucyrus, Halps Carpet in Upper Sandusky, First Citizens National Bank, McDonald's of Bucyrus and Gallion, the Newman Primal Agency, Joe Williams Oldsmobile Cadillac, S&R Refuse, Bucyrus First Federal, North Central Electric Co-op, Pioneer Joint Vocational School, Suburban Lanes, and Bucyrus and Gallion, and Jack Pico, and Pico's Home Improvement, Beaver Office Products, United Bank, Phil Hesse Insurance, and Kin Brothers Insurance. Well, Farron, tonight, this is it. Do or die time for both of these teams. They both match 91 records coming into this game as we get a shot of the Wynford High School Marching Band. And the one thing that really has to come to the forefront is this is a team, Huron Tigers, that come into this game, they can pass, and Wynford has yet to see a team that will pass as well as Huron.
Yeah, that's really true. Nobody in the NCC's really put any pressure on with the pass. It's really going to be interesting because also Huron does run the run-and-shoot offense. So that means they got a real mobile quarterback who does a lot of reading of the defensive ends and then makes his plays from that.
And also, the Wynford defense, of course, coming in here, stellar year. They've only given up double figures in just 2 games, as likewise the Huron Tigers, another good defensive unit. So it should be a very interesting matchup. One of the keys we'll watch for is how well defensively the Wynford Royals can put pressure on Pat Lagondo, the 6'3", 200-pound senior quarterback for Huron. Another thing, too, Huron has been in the playoffs before. Last year they were knocked out in the opening round, and they've got that playoff experience.
Yeah, that's right. And another thing Wynford has to do here, like you said, put some pressure on the quarterback. Also, they've got to watch the fullback here. You know, they got the one back. You've got a handoff there. You got an option off them. You got to throw the short, quick passes. And like I said, Wynford hasn't seen that all this year.
One thing Huron does like to do is they like to throw underneath the coverage. So the linebackers are either, if they're not blitzing, they're going to have to get some pretty decent drops and make sure that the coverage area underneath the secondary is covered by the linebackers. Also, Wynford, what they have to do offensively is keep the ball. They have to keep it out of the hands of the Huron Tigers offense. Huron Tigers like to run close to 70 plays a game, so they keep their defense off the field, and they keep their offense on the field, and they just like to sustain long drives and kill the clock.
Yeah, if you look at these guys on paper, Tony, you got Wynford coming in here with 5 shutouts and Huron coming in here with 4 shutouts. And like you said, only both teams have had double figures scored on them both twice. So these two teams are really even on paper, but it's really going to come down to which offensive football team, I think, can get it in gear first, because both of them have real strong defenses.
Another irony is the fact that both of these teams, their losses, came to Northern Ohio League teams. Bucyrus beat Wynford in the home opener 14-13. Bellevue bounced Huron 34-0 in their opener. So that's one of the ironies about this game, just something I thought I'd bring up. And Huron has won the coin toss. They will be receiving, and Wynford will be kicking from the south to the north. So we are just a couple of minutes away from kickoff. We will be back with that opening kickoff right after this timeout. Back to Huron Field, the site of the Division IV Region 14 playoff game between the Wynford Royals in the white and blue and the Huron Tigers in the red and semi-gray. Right now, Steve Gray, speaking of Grays, has teed it up for the Royals. They are kicking off. Back deep is number 3. That is Tony Enderle. And the Huron Tigers have won the toss. They have elected to receive. And the kickoff is being brought to you by Joe Williams Olds and Cadillac, your hometown dealer serving hometown folks, and now handling roadcraft conversion vans. Joe Williams Oldsmobile and Cadillac, 321 West Mansfield Street in Bucyrus. As the kick goes out of bounds, they'll back him up 5, and Steve Gray will tee it up and do it all over again. Farron, right now the emotions, I'm sure, are running high, and that maybe is a plus for Wynford in the fact that they're going to be on defense. I'm sure Huron is going to be a little tight.
Yeah, if Huron's going to be a little tight coming out, I wouldn't be surprised they come out a little conservative first series of plays or so. Yeah, Wynford decided we're across the field from Wynford, and there's a lot of electricity in the air on the Wynford Royal side.
On Wynford, 5-yard penalty.
So they back it up to the 35, and then we'll tee it up and do it all over again.
By the looks of that first kickoff there by Steve Gray, it looks like he's trying to angle it away from Tony Enderle or towards the direction of number 22, John Nichols.
Nichols is a big kid. He stands 6'3", weighs 207 pounds. He's one of the wing backs on the offense. And a run and shoot, of course, is what the Huron Tigers use here. Now we're underway, and it is in the direction of Enderle, who fields it at the 19, finds a gap up the middle, moves it all the way out to the 43. Good return by Enderle. 24-yard return.
3, Tony Enderle returned the kick for
So the Tigers go up on offense.
Number 6, Mike Osbach, and number
with their first
53,
possession.
Dave Aubrey.
Lynn
First
Broughton
and 10
is the
for
fullback.
Good at their own 43.
Double wide out formation, Rich Winter and Jeff Sponsler. Now they drop back to the wings. Motion man is Scott Mamir. And a fumble on the snap. And hit immediately is the quarterback. Steve Gray drops him as Legando had a hard time controlling that snap. And there's what I said about the
number 11,
about the nerves.
And
take a look at the replay.
Tackled by number 75.
And it looks here,
Gray.
the quarterback here looks like he's going to take a drop here because there goes a fullback to block. It looks like he's going to throw a pass right off the bat, but didn't get the snap from center, which is the first thing he has to do.
He loses one, brings up 2nd down and 11. Once again, the double wideout formation. The two wingbacks drop back into that run and shoot formation. Mamir in the motion. Legando rolls to his right, over the middle, and it's complete. Out to the 50-yard line. That's Jeff Sponsler. Oh, they're going to rule it incomplete, okay.
That was just a quick little look-in pass. He just runs right straight down the line, and the receiver goes down 5 yards, turns in, and the ball's supposed to be there. But
3rd down, 11.
here he is, short drop. There the receiver is, just a bad pass. He's wide open there. Short hook pattern.
So there's underneath the coverage. The Royals are really dropping back deep. And they've got man-to-man coverage on the line. Looks like they're in a 52. Legando rolls to his right, same pattern, and it's incomplete again. Nearly picked off. And once again, Sponsler was open.
Legando's pass.
Tracy Wren back on coverage. Brings up a 4th down and 11, a punting situation. Number 12 comes in to do the punting. Terry Chernenko. Back deep, Tony Stover for the Royals. Chernenko standing on about his 27-yard line.
Tony Stover deep for Wynford. Number 12, Terry Chernenko to punt for Huron.
Royals special teams might have a big part in this game. They've blocked a couple of punts already this year. And it's a fake, wide open is Enderle, and it moves it down to the 33. So right away, the Huron Tigers pulling out all stops. And a completion. Enderle with a big gain and a 1st down. Let's take a look at the play again. Let's watch. Goes to the up back. Nobody on Enderle. He's wide open.
Wynford's got to bring somebody out and bump that guy. You got to put somebody on there. He's going to be right down there in the receiver's face when the ball does get there if they do kick.
At the Wynford 33-yard.
That's about a 22-yard pickup. I think that about a 32. Let's see. So Huron Tigers pulling out all stops early in this ball game. Offense back on the field, and we got motion and the penalty. Flag is down. Maybe some movement on the offensive line of Huron as they backtrack a little bit, and that's what it is. Illegal
procedure on Huron.
I'm telling you, I'm not going back to that there fake punt there. I'm not sure that was a
1st down.
Another replay shot.
15.
There it is, the right side.
They receive. Actually, both tackles there are raised up a little bit, and you can't do that once you're set.
So the Tigers back up 5, and they've hurt themselves with penalties early in this ball game. Now just motion man to the right, and they give it to him. Good opening on the left side. All the way into the secondary is John Nichols. Down to the 22-yard line. That's going to be enough for a 1st down, a 16-yard pickup.
Tackled by number 7.
I tell you, that was the wingman there. Just came in motion, got behind the fullback, and headed up front. Hand up off tackle, and it was wide open. And that's one of the things the run on shoot will do for you. That variation of all kinds of offense there. You hand off the wingman, hand it off the fullback, pass, gives you a lot of options.
Now they send Mamir in motion, and the option. He's got some room in front of him, gets a block, gets down to the 15, where he's finally brought down by the linebacker, Tim Reinhardt, along with David Carter. So Mamir picks up
by number 33, Steve
a good 5.5 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and a long 4. 9-11 here in the opening quarter. Mamir, the motion man to the right. They give it to him right off the gut, and right there is David Karcher from his linebacker spot. Drops him for a 2-yard loss.
32, Scott Mamir, the ball carrier. Tackled by
that time the linebacker spliced through the gap, found him, and nailed him for a loss.
Yeah, the linebackers are really going to be put on the spot tonight because in run and shoot, the linebackers play a big part in stopping the off-tackle plays. And David Karcher did a fine job there stopping Scott Mamir.
But what the run and shoot does is really spreads out your defense. And they shift. Legando motion, gets a block, looking over the middle, incomplete, threw it behind the receiver. Mamir was the intended receiver, and he was open.
He's had guys open, he just hasn't hit them, and he's getting plenty of time to throw.
Was deflected.
Brings up a 4th down and 6.
Tim Reinhardt. 4th down, 6.
Well, the receivers are open, Farron, and I imagine that pretty soon Legando's going to start clicking.
Yeah, he's going to start clicking, or those defensive ends are going to have to get back in the backfield there to stop it because he's rolling out, and the defensive ends aren't getting any penetration.
Well, the key there is a fullback. If he blocks those ends before he has a chance to get through the quarterback, it's always a rollout situation. 3 steps back and a roll. Mamir, the motion man. They fake. Legando rolling over the middle. It's complete. Nichols down to the 5-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down and more. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Tigers.
That's a 12-yard pickup.
Legando's pass was complete to number 22, John Nichols. Tackled by number 51, Tim Reinhardt, and number 41, Greg Schieffer.
Here it is. Now the pass has been open all night. Here he's going to fake to the fullback going to the right. Sort of a half-roll bootleg. Got him coming across the middle, the tailback, and there it is, 12 yards down to the 5.
Back to live action, or 8 minutes on the clock. Legando rolling to his right, flares it out, wide open is Mamir, into the end zone, a touchdown. Huron Tigers at 7:54 in the opening quarter.
Legando's pass for the touchdown was complete to number 32.
So at 7:54, the Tigers take the opening kickoff on a fake punt, get 32 big yards out of that, then move it into the end zone. That drive started on the 43, and all of a sudden the Royals defense, which seemed unstoppable early in the season, they're going to have to make some adjustments. Extra point attempt is through the upright, and it is now 7-0 in favor of the Tigers. 7:54 in the opening quarter. We'll be back. Lead after a 5-yard reception from Pat Legando to his wingback, Scott Mamir, and he was wide open on just a little rollout, flare-out pass, Farron.
And that was an excellent drive there on the part of Huron here. The first time they get the ball, take it right down the field. It's a fake punt. It's nothing to lose here now. Excellent job moving down the field, and the passing game there clicked there as they got the TD.
Winnes tees it up, he kicks it off, and it's going in the direction of Tracy Wren at his 15, cuts up the middle. Good return by Tracy. Gets it out to the 33, an 18-yard return, and that is where the Royals will go up on offense for the first time this evening. 7:49 here in the opening quarter. Todd Redmond, of course, the junior quarterback, will guide this team. In the backfield with him will be Mike Hall, number 26, David Karcher, number 83 at fullback. And now it's time for the Royals to put a drive together themselves.
Yeah, they come right out here and try and get back in this thing and get the offense rolling here early.
Wren and Karcher, and we've got a flag down already. And I believe Huron may have been lined up in the neutral zone. And that's what it's going to be, number 62. That's Kevin Steroff, a 5'6", 230-pound senior.
Encroachment on Huron, 5-yard penalty.
So already the Royals are getting the breaks. So the Royals double wide out formation. Colton Bayless wide to the right. Mark Allspaw to the left. It's Karcher. Redmond going up top early. Tries to hit his tight end, just overthrown a little bit. Tony Stover couldn't catch it. Falls incomplete, brings up a 2nd down and 5.
The Royals come right out there, get a little break, and they're going to try and use the pass. Go for a quick first down.
Intended for number
Good thinking on the part of Coach Filliator.
Was incomplete.
Open it up right away. Get a few of those, that'll open up your running game.
They line up in the I. Rin the deep back, or Hall, I should say, up to Karcher. He finds a big hole off the right side, up near midfield to the 48-yard line. That's a 9-yard pickup.
Number 83, Dave Karcher, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 20.
Watch this hole off the right side of the line.
Number 14,
they are just
Scott
blowing
Johnson.
people off as David Karcher.
First down and 10.
Excellent play there on the part of Todd Redmond. And the fake there got the defensive end to take him because he thought it was an option. That's the right read for the quarterback to make.
They go to the left side, and there's some whole yardage there, too.
There's 5 more for Dave Karcher.
As David Karcher carries the middle linebacker, Aaron Brothers, a couple of yards, picks up 4, brings up a 2nd and 6, inside Huron territory, down at the 48-yard line. 6:45, clock is rolling here in the opening quarter. Huron took the opening kickoff and moved 57 yards after the fake punt and put it in for a 7-0 score, and that's where we're at right now. Alsball and Bayless, the 2 wideouts from the eye. There's a pitch. Mike Hall's got some room. He's got a block. Gets up the sideline and is finally driven out of bounds near the 34. And Mike Alsball, who was a wideout on that side, took the block and set him free.
Excellent block by the part of the wide receiver, turned the guy inside so Mike Hall could run outside, and Mike Hall did a fine job getting to the sideline there.
And
Here you'll see
Jeff Sponsler.
Beautiful pitch by Todd Redmond back to Mike Hall. There you can see the block out of the corner of the screen of number 85. Beautiful run on the part of Mike Hall. The option play working very good.
15-yard pickup. They stay with it. In the eye on the short side. Redmond pitches. Mike Hall's got some room again. Colton Bayless missed his block, or rather I should say 82 fought it off. Rich Wennis came up and made the tackle, but Mike Hall picked up another 10 yards.
Tackled by number 82, Rich Wennis.
There you see a good shot of the 5'4", 140-pound running back, and he's got some speed once he gets outside. It's an 11-yard pickup.
22-yard line.
Down to the 22, and the Royals are on the march, and they are blowing the Tigers off the line right now. They're controlling the line of scrimmage, Farron.
Well, both offenses are doing maybe what we didn't quite think of at the beginning of the game. They're both controlling the ball right now, and we come in here with both defenses highly touted.
This drive started back at the 33. Karcher up the middle is tripped up as it gets beyond the line of scrimmage, falls forward to the 19. That'll pick up. That's a 3-yard pickup.
I'll tell you what, Dave Carver keeps his feet there. He's got a bunch more in front of him. He actually tripped over one of his linemen's feet, I believe, or else he'd have had a bunch more.
2nd down, 7.
Dave Karcher already in 3 carries, 17 yards.
Karcher again up the middle for a short gain, maybe of 1, and it brings up 3rd and 5.
Number 83, Dave Karcher, the ball carrier. Tackled
5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter.
Steve McNulty. 3rd down, 6.
Well, they give him a half yard, so they're calling it a 3rd and 6. Looks like the Tigers in a 53 look, with the ends in the 2-point stance. From the eye, Karcher is not going to get anywhere that time, as the middle of the defensive line, number 20, the linebacker, Aaron Brothers, came up to put the hit on him. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
It looks like Wynford's keeping their splits relatively close. They're not spreading them out here early.
Number 56, Jamie
Thus, they're
Day.
letting the defense pack itself in right now.
4th down, 6.
You'll probably see Wynford start moving those splits out a little bit here pretty soon, trying to widen out the defense.
Colton Bayless comes in with the play at 4:15. It's a 4th down and 6. Big play already for the Royals as the clock is just moving rapidly here. Bayless motion to the right. Redmond rolls that way. He's got pressure from the backside. Releases, and it's complete to Colton Bayless down to the 10-yard line. It's going to be close. I believe he has enough for a first down, and he does. It's a 7-yard pickup.
Was complete to number 7, Colton Bayless.
There you got motion on the part of Colton Bayless.
Jeff Sponsler.
Half roll there by Todd Redmond. Hits Colton Bayless out in the flat, and Colt does a good job looking the ball in, getting out of bounds.
I tell you what, Jim Cox, the left tackle, did a good job of picking up
First
that
down,
backside
goal to go
rusher.
on the 10-yard line.
So from the eye, it's 1st and 10. They can get a first down from here. Oh, and the pitch gets by Mike Hall. He falls on it, does the smart thing there, but he's going to lose a bundle all the way back to the 25, a 15-yard loss.
Number 26,
Credit that to the defensive end.
That time the defensive end made a nice play at pinching off Todd Redmond. Todd just didn't quite get a ball. Here it is.
Second down.
Here he comes right there, number 58. I think he might have tipped that ball.
Rhett Wennis, the right side defensive end.
He might have got a hand on that ball.
Bad break for the Royals. They're backed up now to the 26, where it is a second down and 25. Mark Allspaw wide to the left. They pitch it. If he gets a block, Mike Hall cuts back inside, gets it down to the 20. That's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a third and 20.
Ball carrier, tackled by number 69, Steve
That time,
McNulty,
Tigers did a good job of pursuing.
He did an excellent job pursuing, and Wynford come back with the same play just to the right side of the field.
Now they're on the short
Third
side
down,
of the short side hash
20.
mark, and it is a third down and 20. I think the Royals, if they have any trick plays, now would be a good time to use them, Farron. Huron has already pulled out one of theirs.
Yeah, this would be an excellent time for a trick play.
Looks like Schieffer and Wren in the backfield. Redmond rolling to his left, looking into the end zone. Bayless is there. It's a touchdown for the Royals. A beautifully thrown pass from 20 yards out. And Todd Redmond threaded the needle, Farron. It was a beautiful pass.
Beautiful pass.
Redmond's pass for the touchdown was complete.
Here we got here. You got both backs here blocking to the left. Colton Bayless here in the slot. He's just running in a corner pattern towards the flag. Todd Redmond, beautiful pass, right on the numbers. Colton Bayless running an excellent route there.
So the Royals come back and
Number 75,
put some
Steve
points
Gray,
on the
who gets
board.
the
Steve
extra
Gray
point.
on for the all-important
On the
extra
hold
point
of number
attempt.
11,
Todd Redmond will be the holder. Snap is down. Kick is through the uprights. So at 2:24, the Royals have taken their kickoff and marched. Let's see, this drive marched from the 33, 67 yards for the score, and at 2:24, we're all knotted up at 7 apiece. We'll be back. Well, Farron, we'll talk about it in a second. I want to remind the audience out there that this kickoff is being brought to you by Bob Paff and the staff of McDonald's and Bucyrus and Gallion. We talked about defenses coming in. All of a sudden, 2 opening drives and both teams score, and we're all knotted up at 7.
I guess you look at the stats, you realize how good the defense is there, and you just forget about talking about the offense. And Wynford, at the last 3 games here, they put an offense together, and quite evidently, Huron has a good offense too, because you see by looking at their stats, they did put some numbers on the board, quite a few numbers on the board, as a matter of fact.
I think the impressive thing is the fact that the Royals were able to get outside. Tracy, Mike Hall has done an excellent job on the option of taking the ball outside, and they're getting some blocks. It's a squibbler, short side of the field, and it's bobbled at the 25 and dropped. 63, Dave Strock in on the tackle. As number 20 returns it, Joel Nichols returns it for a yard.
Number 20, Aaron
so at 2:19,
returned the kick for Huron.
The Tigers will start their second drive of the evening
63,
from the 26.
And number 83, Dave Karcher.
It'll be interesting to see if the defenses here tighten up on the second series here, because the coaches had a chance to look at the first series.
That's right, and that's where the coaches up top in the press box really have a hand in what's going on the field. Nichols, a motion man. Legando rolling to his right, going for it all, and miscommunication on the part of the receiver because he stopped, and I imagine Legando thought he was going to go down the sideline.
Yeah, I think the receiver there broke off the pattern. I think he's taught to read the defense, and if the defensive back does one thing, he's supposed to do something else, and I think there's a miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver on that play.
So it brings up a 2nd and 10, also stops the clock at 1:59 as they send Sponsler wide to the left, Rich Wennis to the, or I should say Sponsler to the right, Wennis to the left, up the middle to Broughton, and we've got a flag, maybe delay of game. We'll wait for the official's indication. And it's a legal procedure against the Tigers.
I tell you, Tony, the penalties are hurting the Tigers here lately.
5-yard penalty.
The defense, the very first play, they had a penalty.
Second down.
Offense,
15.
very first play, they had a penalty. Here on the second drive, here the second play, they got a penalty. So still little butterflies here in the part of the Tigers here.
Now we got a timeout, officials timeout. I think he's explaining to the Huron Tigers exactly why that illegal procedure was called. Now we're all set to continue the clock rolling. It's down to 1:53. High school postseason football here on TV54. Tony Santana and Farron Volkmer. Good to have you along with us as the Wynford Royals are taking on the Huron Tigers. Nichols, a motion man to the left. Legando rolls that way. Now no one to throw to, so he decides to run, cuts up the sideline, and he picks up about 5 yards up to the 26.
Number 11, Pat Legando.
Back to the original line of scrimmage where it'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
41, Greg Schieffer.
And that time Wynford did a fine job of defending the pass,
10.
giving Pat Legando nothing to shoot for. Thus he just ran up the sidelines and got 5 yards back. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Glenn Broughton, the lone setback, the fullback on this run and shoot formation. Ramiro, the motion man, to the right. They keep it on the ground to Broughton. He doesn't get much. Maybe 4 or 5 up to the 30. It'll bring up a 4th down and 5. Punting situation, possibly.
Number 45.
Yeah, you got to say possibly. I think this time you're going to see Wynford put somebody out here on the wing if they do put somebody out here wide.
Terry Chernenko comes in and he will do the punting. Now we got an official's timeout.
4th down, 7. Number
Back
12,
deep, Tracy
Terry
Wren and Tony
Chernenko,
Stover.
for Huron.
And
Deep to receive for
Chernenko.
Wynford.
Now we've got some
Number
discussion
80,
on the part
Tony
of the
Stover.
officials.
And number 46, Tracy Wren.
And we do have Mark Allspaw out covering Enderle. I'm sure Royals once bitten, twice shy. That definitely applies in this situation.
That'd be miscommunication in the last play.
It had to have been because he was wide open, Farron. And the thing is, you know, the Royals come into this game and they hold him on the first possession. They say, all right, we're going to get the ball back. We can play with these guys. And all of a sudden they have a big play like that.
You got to give Wynford a lot of credit. Usually that just disheartens a team when that happens. They come right back, get the ball, and drive right back down the field and put it in. Shows a lot of character on the part of Wynford.
It sure does. Snap is good. Kick is away. And Stover fields it, runs upfield for about a 3-yard gain. Good field position for the Royals up to the 44. So with 58 seconds on the clock, we'll take a timeout. We're tied up at 7 with the Royals from the 44 when we come back.
1st down and 10 for Wynford.
Well, they spot the ball closer to the 44, and you see our time, and now we've got a flag down. And I believe that Huron possibly is lining up in the neutral zone. Let's see what they decide. Yep, and that's what they're doing.
Encroachment on Huron.
Because there is no movement,
5-yard penalty.
but there is that neutral zone.
1st down and 5.
And that's the same thing that happened the first drive.
Yeah, it looks like the nose guard is he's got his head down there, and he's got up in the air enough where he's got himself over the point of the
into
ball.
the gap.
And he gets into that neutral zone. That should not happen with him right over top of the ball.
35 seconds here in the first quarter. This could be the final play unless it's a pass. They line up in the eye. They've been very successful. That front line is doing a good job. Karcher off the right side doesn't get much. Gets up to near midfield for a gain of 1.
Number 83, Dave Karcher, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 22, John Nichols.
The Huron defense here looks like they're starting to pinch inside a little bit. They've been burnt here pretty good by Dave Karcher inside, so it looks like they're trying to pinch it down inside a little bit, which is going to open up maybe the pitch plays here for Todd Redmond and Mike Hoff.
Well, the one thing about a 4-4 or 5-3, it is a pretty easy defense to run against.
At the end of the
And that is the end of the first quarter.
Huron, 7,
So we are all
7.
tied up at 7, and the Royals will have a 2nd down and 4 at the midfield stripe when we come back.
Bucyrus First Federal.
We're a step ahead place, 'cause we're stepping ahead every day. At the step ahead place, you'll be getting ahead. I'm in front to stay. Money could talk, if money could walk. If we step our way, we can show you the better way. At the step ahead place.
Bucyrus First Federal, downtown Bucyrus, the point of South Sandusky and Marion Road, and in New Washington, member FSLIC.
Welcome back to Huron Field, the first play of the second quarter, as the Royals are faced with a 2nd and a long 4 from midfield stripe. as they line up in the I. Bayless, motion man to the left. Karcher, the up back. And Redmond kept the ball and was hit immediately. Good job by number 42. One of the linebackers
Todd
for...
Redmond, the ball carrier.
Well, that's Jeff
Number
Faflick, the end. Watch this.
Jeff Faflick.
Todd, here's an option play, and the defensive end just gets there too fast.
8.
Todd was going to pitch the ball, but a smart play on the part of Todd Redmond where he didn't pitch it because it had been a turnover.
Instead, he loses 3, and it brings up third, or loses 4, brings up a 3rd and 8. And the ends are doing a lot better job of coming straight in. They're playing the tight. They're pinching in, as you said, Farron. Redmond rolling to his left, looking downfield, nobody open, and he's going to have to go out of bounds. He's going to lose a bundle all the way back to the 38. And that's a situation where your receivers spot you scrambling and try to help out.
Forced out of bounds by number 58, Red
So it brings up a 4th down and punting situation for the Royals, their first of the afternoon.
Fourth down, 16.
Todd lost 8 on that play.
Number 43, Mike Stuckey to punt for Wynford.
Mike Stuckey in to do the punting for the Royals. Gets it away. It's a short punt, but it takes the Royals bounce, and it is fielded at the 30 and dropped immediately. There's number 85. That's Jeff Sponsler. He returns it 5, 6 yards.
Number 85, Jeff Sponsler returned the punt for Huron. Tackled by number 68, Craig Schieffer. First down.
Wynford doing an excellent job here on the
Huron.
special teams getting there to cover that
At
punt.
their own
Wasn't an exceptionally good punt by Mike Stuckey,
36-yard
but
line.
the defense did a good job getting down there to cover it.
There's a slight breeze blowing from the west to the east, as this is the direction of the field. Second back through is Broughton, and he moves up to the 39 for a 3-yard pickup.
Number 45,
Brings up
Len
second down and
Vaughn, the ball
7.
carrier. Tackled by number 82, Shane Sand, and number 51, Tim Reinhardt.
So right now the Tigers are going into the win.
Second down, 7.
Winnis and Sponsler, the wideouts. Straight drop back this time into the flat area. It's complete. Mamir still on his feet, can't be brought down. Finally, Shane Sam comes all the way over from his defensive end spot to bring him down at the Royals' 35-yard line.
Legando's pass was complete to number 32,
25-yard
Scott
pickup.
Mamir. Tackled by number 82, Shane
It's a short-
Sand,
Underneath the coverage.
Underneath the coverage, just goes out there and turns around.
and
Pat
53,
Legando hits him.
Dave Aubrey.
So Mamir with a 25-yard pickup gives the
Wynford
Tigers first down and
35.
10 from the 35. And that time Legando just a straight drop back instead of a rollout.
And Tony, they're getting away from dropping those two guys back here. Just causing some problems. There they go again, dropping them back.
Now Mamir, the motion man to the right. The Royals shift. They go to the left, and a big hole for Broughton. He gets it down to the 23. That's a 12-yard pickup. And that time they caught the Royals in the shift.
And that's what Huron's looking to do, is catch Wynford in the shift. You're going to see right here.
Tackled by number 41, Greg Schieffer, and number 55,
There they got him shifting right there, and that's
Tim
exactly what they're
Reinhardt.
trying to do. A missed tackle there by Steve Gray in the backfield. And that's all they need, is a small crack. And then
12-yard
first
pickup
down
moves it down
and
to the
10.
23. It's another 1st and 10 situation for the Tigers. Straight drop. Legando into the flat area to Mamir. He's open. Driven out of bounds at the 22. Closer to the 23.
Legando's pass was complete to number 32, Scott Mamir.
It's going to be about a 6-yard
Tackled by
pickup.
number 41, Greg Schieffer.
And it'll bring up a second and a
down,
long 4.
Pat Legando now starting to find the targets out here.
Well, he's throwing underneath the coverage, and there's just nobody there. Up the middle, Broughton hit immediately at the line of scrimmage. Tim Reinhardt from his linebacker spot put the stick on him for no gain. Brings up 3rd and
Len Vaughn,
5.
the ball carrier. Tackled by number 51, Tim Reinhardt. 3rd down, 4.
Big play here for the Royals defense. We got a delay in the action at 9:02 in the first half, second quarter. It's a 3rd and 4 for the Tigers. This game all knotted up at 7 apiece. One of the players takes a pad off. Lagando came into this game, threw for 1,700 yards and 14 touchdowns, so there's no question they utilize a pass here.
Now, he's a big fella, 6'3", 200 pounds. He can definitely see over the defense.
3rd and 4. Straight drop. And it's complete to Mamir. Keeps in bounds and gets a couple extra yardage. Finally brought down by Reinhardt, who came over from his linebacker spot.
Lagando's pass.
Let's see where they move him out of bounds. They're going to call him out of bounds at the 11. It's enough for a first down.
Number 51, Tim Reinhardt.
And a pickup of 5. So it's a 1st and 10 from the 11.
First down, 10 for Huron on the Wynford 11-yard line.
And Huron doing a good job now. Doing a good job just getting the back out there in the flat and hitting him.
Broughton off the left side, and a good play by Tim Reinhardt, slicing over from his linebacker spot. It looked like Broughton was going to get into the end zone, or at least had the territory in front of him. Saw the daylight, and Reinhardt came over from his linebacker spot to put the hit on. Gain of 3 brings up a 2nd and 7.
Second down, 7.
This drive started back on the 36, so one of the things we talked about, Farron, going into the game, time-consuming drives by the Huron Tigers. It's a big play, 2nd and 7. Mamir, motion man to the right. Over the middle, and it's complete for a touchdown. Just a quick hitter to John Nichols from the right side wingback spot from 7 yards out. 8 yards out, I should say.
Was complete for the touchdown to number 22, John Nichols.
This is a quick look-in pass here to the tight end who split out. There he is. Cuts inside, turns around. Look, there it is. Touchdown. That's got to be a responsibility of one of the linebackers.
Number 58.
They got to pick him up. He releases. Somebody's got to drop in front of him.
From the hold of number 14.
So at 7:58 in the second quarter, it was 7:54 in the first quarter when they scored their first touchdown. So 7 is a lucky number for the Tigers tonight. Extra point attempt is no good, off to the right. That could play heavily into this game later in the ball game. We'll have to wait and see.
The score is
so Wennis's PAT
13,
is no good.
Wynford 7.
Wide to the right, and it is now 13-7 in favor of the Tigers. We'll be back with a kickoff after this.
"18 years of refuse hauling is your assurance of service you can count on from S&R Refuse, operated by Bob Redmond. Ask any of S&R customers and they'll tell you how reliable the service is. Business and industrial pickup, it's a specialty. S&R can custom set your pickup. Whether you need once a week, twice a week, whatever, they can handle it. They can supply as many containers as your needs require. If you have a problem in refuse removal, why not call Bob at 562-3588.
Okay, Farron, we talked about sustaining long drives, and that's exactly what the Tigers did. They moved from their 36, 64-yard drive. They did it with a mixture of the pass and the run, basically that underneath coverage, underneath pass area that we talked about before the game.
That's right, and the first 3 or 4 passes that were incomplete by Pat Lagando were open. He just missed them, and now he's got his composure back, settled down a little bit, and he's hitting those guys. All they're doing is flaring a back out of the backfield, setting him out there about 10 yards off the line of scrimmage, hitting him, and he's turning it upfield. So Wynford's got to look at that. They got to find a way to stop that.
Wennis's kick is bobbled by Colton Bayless at the 15, picks it up, finds a gap outside, down the left sideline, finally driven out of bounds near the 40. We'll wait to see where they spot it. So good a return by Colton Bayless.
Number 7, Colton Bayless, returned the kick for Wynford, tackled by number 20, Aaron Brothers.
This is a nice pickup here by Colton Bayless there. He turns it up.
Jeff
Gets a good block here by number 46, Tracy Wren. 22-yard pickup there by Colton Bayless. Excellent run back.
Now the Royals will see if they can counter with a touchdown of their own from the 37. Looked like Colton Bayless was hurt a little bit on that play. He came off limping. Hope it is nothing serious. Quick hitter over the middle, and it's nearly picked off as Redmond fired a BB.
Redmond's pass intended
to Tony
for number
Stover, and
80.
he just
Tony
had no
Stover was
opportunity for that
incomplete.
ball at all.
Yeah, that's pretty much a touch pass there. I think he just threw a little too hard. Tony didn't even have time to react.
Scott Johnson came up from his safety spot, had a hand on it. I think it kind of threw him off guard that it was coming right at him. But that's a good play because he was open.
He was open. That'll be something they'll come back to.
7:32 here in the second quarter.
Wynford also brings Tracy Wren in here. They got him in the backfield now. A little extra speed.
Well, Bayless is in wide to the right, so he's okay. Wynford looks like they want to pass now. And that one is overthrown too, so Redmond just has a little bit too much on it right here. As
Redmond's pass
Stover, the intended
for
receiver,
number
once again,
80,
Mamera,
Tony
the
Stover,
on coverage
was incomplete.
from his linebacker spot.
Third down,
Brings up a third
10.
down and 10.
And Todd now going through the same situation that Pat was going through earlier. The guys are open. He's just got to settle down a little bit and hit the guys because they are open.
I think in a situation like this, he's just trying too hard and not playing his style of game, which is a loose style. Probably 2/10 right about now. Lone setback is David Karcher. They send Tracy Wren in the slot, and it's quarterback draw. He's got an opening. Good play by Todd Redmond all the way up to near midfield. It's a first down to the 49-yard line, and it's a 12-yard pickup.
Number 11, Todd Redmond, the ball carrier.
Quarterback just draws back, 2 steps back. Quarterback draw, picks it right up the middle, gets a couple good blocks, picks up the first down.
That's a good job by the coaching staff upstairs because they're spotting the fact that Huron is putting some heavy pressure on, and they're just surging forward. And it's a play that works because the linebackers are dropping back and they're blitzing too. From the eye, Karcher from the left side hit immediately, surges forward to about the 49 of Huron, and now they're doing a good job of stopping that inside game.
Yeah, I think they're pinching it down a little bit because that's really the only thing that's hurt them other than the option play. And now the ends are doing a good job of pitching down and giving Todd Redmond a hard way to go back there, pitching the ball back to the tailback.
Colton Bayless comes in with the play at 6:37. The Royals are down 13-7. It's a second down and 9 to give Karcher 1 on the play. Underneath coverage, Tracy Wren has it, slips at the 44. That's about a 5-yard pickup, brings up a 3rd and 4.
Number 46,
from the 44.
Tracy Wren.
Wren tried to make his cutback and just slipped.
Number 11, Todd Redmond.
That was excellent play there by the part of the Wynford receivers. 2 guys went inside, looked like they were trying to get the ball, pulling the defense in on them. And Todd Redmond hits Tracy Wren out here in the flat.
They go back to the eye. It's a 3rd and 4. Karcher off the left side has a big opening all the way down to the 35-yard line. A 9-yard pickup
Number 83,
for David Karcher. That time the left side of the line just blew open the hole for him. Watch it. Look at that.
Off the left tackle.
Me and you could make it through there, Vee.
Excellent hole. The line doing a fine job of blocking there.
Jim Cox and Dave Strouk and Craig Schieffer, that left side, is doing an excellent job. On the right side is Steve Gray and Rob Goodrich. First down from the 35. The counter play to Tracy Wren. Cuts back inside. He's got an opening. And a little scat back. It's down to the 28-yard line. That's a 7-yard pickup.
Tracy Wren, the ball carrier.
Tracy coming into this game, what does he stand, about 5'4"?
He's probably the smallest guy on the field right now, I can tell you that. But ain't nobody with a bigger heart than Tracy Wren,
You're
I
right
can tell
about
you that.
5'5", 135 pounds. And Tracy got up a little bit slow after that hit. He picks up 7. It's a 2nd and 3, and they're moving the ball once again on the ground.
And Wynford did a fine job there. They're catching Huron and they're switching now. They're getting them moving and snapping the ball when they're in the mode of switching, and they're doing a fine job of running behind it. The offensive line doing a fine job.
Mike Allspaw comes in with the play. 2nd down and 3. Mike Hall comes in to replace Wren. They come to the line in the eye. 4:11, 4:39, I should say, in the clock in the first half. Karcher surges forward down to near the 32, where it's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
Dave Karcher, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 62, Kevin Steerhoff, and number 22, John Nichols.
Big play here for the Royals. They can do one of two things. They can use that little short dump pass underneath the coverage, or they can go straight ahead with the ground game. The one thing I wouldn't try to do here is the option. Let's see what they do. Greg Schieffer now in the ball game at fullback. And they do run the option. Redmond with an excellent job, cuts it inside, might have enough for a first down. He's going to be awfully close. Needed to get to the 25.
Tackled by number 50.
Yeah, he's got the spot. It's right on the.
And number
It's got to be a first down because it's right on the line.
They're going to bring in the yardsticks, I do believe. And they are calling for measurement. It's awfully close.
Timeout for the measurement.
I thought maybe, Farron, that he was a little bit further than where the ball has been spotted, but that's such a key where those officials spot the ball. And, boy, he's short about 6 inches.
Fourth down.
Well, Tony, this is about as far as we've been away from the field this year. That's a nice read on the part of Todd Redmond there. The line dropped off one with the fullback, leaving him a natural hole, and Todd just follows the fullback up through the hole there.
But did you see what I said about his surge forward, and they moved the ball back? And
yeah, I'm not sure he got a real good spot there.
So they're going for it. No second guessing here. 4th and 1. Right side, and it's a first down for David Karcher. In a short yardage situation, he's the man to go to.
Karcher, the ball carrier.
Picks up only one, but that was enough for a first down. Keeps the drive alive. That started back at the 37-yard line.
And both schools doing a good job of controlling the football. Huron takes it down and scores on a sustained drive. Wynford turns right around. He's doing the same thing, moving the ball right down the field. Huron doing it more by the pass. Wynford doing it more by the rush.
They come up to the line in the eye on a 1st and 10 from the 24. Karcher left side hit immediately. A good job. Coming up to make the hit was James Day, the nose guard.
Number 83, Dave Karcher, the ball carrier.
Moves him back a yard, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Jamie Day, and number 69, Steve McNulty.
That time, Day did a good job of slicing through the gap.
Dave Karcher really getting used a lot here in the first half.
One of the few times, Farron, that Wynford has not gained positive yardage on a first down situation.
You got to credit the Wynford offensive line for that. They're doing a nice job of moving the Huron players out.
Redmond will pass. And is it complete? Yes, it is. Down to the 20-yard line is Tony Stover.
Complete to number 80, Tony Stover.
Todd did a nice job of leading him on this play.
Third down,
short drop here.
6.
Todd just throws the ball up there in the flat to Tony Stover, 6 yards down the field, and Tony does a nice job to go down and get the ball, protect it with his body, and bring it in.
It's a gain of 5, brings up a 3rd down and 6. Another big play here for the Royals, trying to keep this drive alive. 1:45 in the second half, or first half, nearly picked off. And if John Nichols would have picked that pass off that was intended for Tracy Wren, there was nothing but sideline and green territory ahead of him.
Tracy Wren was deflected by
that was the same pass they used earlier to throw in the flat to get the first down to Tracy Wren earlier.
6.
That played at that time Huron just had a defense.
Now we got a timeout for Wynford. They want to talk things over. 4th down and 6. 1:40. The clock is stopped here in the second quarter. It's 13-7 in favor of the Huron Tigers. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Chuck Hesse of Bill Hesse Insurance, and today I'd like to invite you into our agency. 1970, Bill Hesse, my father, established this business on dependable service and affordable pricing. Since then, we've come to where we are today, with a staff of 3 full-time employees trained to answer any questions or service any needs you may have. Since Dad's passing in January, we have gone through some changes, still keeping in mind dependable service and affordable pricing. Come, let us be your agency. Representing United Ohio and Ohio Mutual and several other major companies, we pledge the best possible coverage for the best possible price. Thank you.
Well, Farron, 1:40 on the clock before halftime. 4th and 6 situation for the Royals. What do you do in a situation like this?
Well, I think you're going to try and roll him out, give him an opportunity to run if he wants to. Look for one of the backs out of the backfield or one of the guys maybe slanting across the middle on a quick slant. But you got to give Todd Redmond the opportunity to turn it up and run because he's been doing that all year successfully for the Royals.
Do you try it off a play action, try to freeze up the linebackers?
Yeah, I think you got to try it off a play action.
All right, let's see what happens here. It's a 4th and 6. Big play for the Royals as well as the Tigers. Double counter. Redmond, incomplete, intended for David Karcher. Good job by Nichols, or Mamir, I should say.
Redmond's pass intended for number 83.
And now the Tigers, with a minute and 35, have a chance to go back the other way. So the drive is stalled at the 19
at their
for the
own
Royals.
20-yard line.
Wynford had the right idea, trying to get motion going the other way, and Todd Redmond rolling the opposite way of the motion and trying to sneak the fullback through. But Huron was alert to that and did a fine job stopping it.
I don't think he saw Mamir in coverage. It's always easy to speculate from up here, but down on the field, it's a different situation. It's a 1st and 10 situation for the Tigers, who keep it on the option to Nichols. Gets forward up to the 38. 9-yard pickup.
Number 22, John Nichols, the ball carrier.
Brings up a 2nd down and 1.
By number 80, Tony Stover.
And the Tigers
and
lining up without a huddle.
Greg Schieffer.
Surprised they would run that play in this situation. Flare it out to the sideline.
Lagando's
And
pass
Rich
was
Wennis, the
complete to
intended
number
receiver,
82,
has it
Rich Wennis.
Out to the 33.
First down
That's about a
and 10
4-yard
for
pickup.
Huron at their own 32-yard line.
Huron doing a nice job there. Quick out to stop the clock and still pick up the 1st down.
So 1:08 remaining here before the half. Lagando and company come to the line, leading by 6. It's 13-7. Rolling to the short side, to the sidelines once again, and it's complete.
Lagando's pass
Rich
was
Wennis,
complete to number 82,
once again.
Rich Wennis. Forced out of bounds by
I think
number
what
51,
Huron is
Tim
doing here
Reinhardt.
is setting up the Royals defense. And I'm just speculating here, but I have a feeling Wennis is going to
Second
go for
down,
the old stop and
7.
go.
Yeah, he's going to fake the out pattern, trying to get the defensive man to bite, and he's going to turn it up. What Wynford wants to do here is make the plays and stop them in bounds, keep the clock running, because they don't want them to make positive yards if the clock stopped.
2nd down and 7. 3-yard pickup for Wennis. There it is. We called it. And Lagando, good coverage back there by the Royals secondary.
Lagando's pass
Mark Allspaw had
intended for
Wennis
number
man for
82,
man. He
Rich
had
Wennis was
him
incomplete.
tied.
I think the receiver there just lost sight of the quarterback because he stopped and hesitated about 15, 20 yards downfield. If he'd have hesitated there, I think he had Mark Osbaugh there. He took the bite, I tell you that. The guy was behind him, and then I think the receiver just lost
Third
sight of the
down,
quarterback.
7.
Well, there was some contact out there, but Lagando's pass was way overthrown. So it's a 3rd down and 7. Now they go to their shift as Mamir, the motion man, to the right. Lagando rolling to his left, and there's some obvious holding there, and there's a flag. If this play is picked off by Colton Bayless at his own 33-yard line, I tell you what, from up here, Shane Sand was tackled. If we have that on replay, we can show you. Let's watch this.
Here it is. You'll see the defensive end shooting across right here.
The right tackle, or the left tackle.
Here he comes, number 82. And he's just going to grab and
Right
held
there,
right there.
There it is. So Broughton.
Holding on Huron is declined.
So, of course, Wynford will decline the penalty and take over after 33. Good job by our cameraman, Dan Johns.
34-yard line.
Wynford doing a good job there, utilizing the old tip drill. You do it all the time in practice. You think it's useless, just another drill you go through, but there it is where it comes into play. One guy tips the ball, and you got another defensive back ready to pick it off, and that's exactly what happened. Good heads-up play by Colton Bayless.
From the 33 with only 46 seconds left, let's see what the Royals do here. Mike Hall and David Karcher in the backfield. Rollouts. Redmond steps up in the pocket, and a good tackle by number 58.
Number 11, Todd Redmond.
That was Red Wennis, because Todd had some green pasture in front of him.
That was good playing a part of Todd Redmond. If nobody's open, don't force anything at this point. With less than 30 seconds left to go and a half. Don't force it. Take it. Try to get positive yardage.
Well, Todd did a good job that time of stepping up in the pocket. Todd has really matured since the season opener. This time he uses a quarterback draw. And I believe the Royals just killed the clock. They did. No time remaining here. We have played one half. It's a 5-yard pickup for Todd Redmond. And the Huron Tigers are holding a 6-point lead, 13, Wynford 7. We'll be back with the third quarter of action and also our halftime highlights, or I should say halftime entertainment, right after this.
Travel all over Ohio looking for a motorcycle dealer. Teal's Wheels in Upper Sandusky is the place you'll find 4 stores under one roof. Want a Honda? Teal's Wheels has them. Kawasaki? Teal's Wheels, of course. Yamaha? Teal's Wheels. Harley-Davidson? Teal's Wheels again. The lowest prices around, factory rebates, accessories, and of course service. 4 stores in one to put you on 2 wheels, 3 wheels, or 4 wheels, scooter or cycle. And here are the hours: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 10 to 8. Saturday, 10 to 3, closed Wednesdays and Sundays. Come to Teal's Wheels, U.S. Route 30, Warpole Street in Upper Sandusky. The markets where you feel you're shopping a hometown store. They make every effort to stock their shelves with a variety of good things that will please your family and your budget. Fresh produce, the best meats, a complete selection of frozen foods, a deli department that takes pride in freshness and variety. Many other services are available too at Geyer's, including check cashing and video machine rentals. Geyer's, where being a part of the community is important to them. Strubles in Bucyrus and New Washington, the place to take your film for fast quality developing. Strubles Developing Service gives you a choice. Single glossy prints give you a better price, or economical second set of prints, or choose jumbo glossy or the matte option. 24-hour service gets those memories back to you quicker. White glove care, pride in their work. Strubles, where they do more than just develop pictures, they make time stand still. Struble Drugs, 133 North Sandusky, Bucyrus, or Struble Buckeye in New Washington.
Welcome back to Huron Field, the set of the Division 4 Region 14 playoff game between the Huron Tigers and the Wynford Royals. Right now, the Tigers in front, 13-7. And V, with the exception of that fake punt, we might have a 7-7 ball game here.
Yeah, it very could have a 7-7 ball game. Wynford just a little lax there on one play there, and it hurt them, and Huron takes it down and puts it in for 7.
Right now, the Royals are back deep. They will be receiving the second half kickoff as Colton Bayless in the middle of the field. Dad? 13-7. We'll get to our stats in just a second here. Kick is away. It's to the center or right side of the field. Tracy Wren up and over, knocked down at the 33. Good return.
Number 46, Tracy Wren.
And that is where the Royals will start up on offense here in the second half. There's our stats. Royals yards rushing pretty even. Yards passing is a big difference in this ball game. We do the Huron Tigers could throw the ball 102 yards. Total offense 157 to 100. The number of plays, Wynford with a slight edge there. Unfortunately for them, the Tigers lead on the scoreboard, the all-important scoreboard, 13-7. First play in the second half is the option. Redmond keeps it. Good move. And gets near the 36-yard line. Good job by Todd Redmond because the linebacker was coming up. And we're ready to seal on that play.
Number 11, Todd
Good job by Todd Redmond.
Redmond.
The pitch wasn't there, so he turned it up inside like he's supposed to do. And gets as much as he can. He gets 3 yards.
And 69, Steve McNulty.
So it brings up a second down and 7.
Second down, 7.
The Royals were very effective with that option play and on the ground in the first half. Had a drive stalled on the 19. There's a counter play. Still on his feet. That's Colton Bayless. He gets down to the 45, up to the 45, I should say, then is finally driven back by Rich Wennis.
Bayless, the ball carrier, tackled by number 85, Jeff Sponsor.
Here you see Colton Bayless
number 14,
come back here
Scott
against
Johnson.
the flow, counter play.
First down,
It's wide open, and then Colton does a
Wynford
nice job of putting his
at
head
their
down
own
and running
45-yard
here.
line.
Got a host of Huron
got a nice
tacklers
block
bring
in
him
there,
down.
too, by
Yes, he did.
74. And that is, well, no 74 on my score. Let's take a look here at our program. Chad Perdue. So Chad Perdue with a nice block. Sets Bayless in motion, a 10-yard pickup and a first down for the Royals. Up the gut, David Karcher off the left side. surges forward for about 3, down to the
Number
48.
83, Dave Karcher's ball carrier. Tackled by
Bring
number
up a second down and
22,
7.
John Nichols, and number 69,
Wynford's
Steve
had good
McNulty.
success with that, running in the middle of the
Second
Huron
down,
Tiger line,
7.
and they come out in the second half and do what they were successful with in the first half.
And all it's going to do is set up that pass play, and all it takes is one. We have yet to see Wynford really go deep. They do have the capability. Mark Allspaw split wide to the left. Colton Bayless in the slot. They line up in the eye. Schieffer, the up back. Mike Hall, the deep back. And Hall, second back through, gets up to near midfield, where he is
Number
stopped
26, Mike Hall, the ball
by
carrier.
Jeff Sponsler.
Tackled by
Also, John
number
Nichols.
32, Scott Mamir.
There's nothing that Wynford would like to do more than keep it around the ground and run it right down the field and put it in. Control the ball, wear out their defense, and get 7 points.
That's one of the things Coach Filiator talked before the ball game. He said, sure, Wynford or Huron's got some impressive stats defensively, but they really haven't been tested. Their offense has kept the ball for such a long time. 3rd down and 5, big play for the Royals. They send Bayless, motion to the left. Redmond rolls that way. He's got some room to run if he wants to. Downfield, and Bayless has it. It's complete to the 28-yard line.
22 yards.
28. Let's take a look at it.
Redmond's pass was complete to number 7.
They got Todd Redmond rolling out to the left.
Forced out of bounds.
Colton Bayless
by
gets
number
along the sidelines,
82,
just get behind the
Rich Reddish.
defensive men in there, makes a nice
First
play to
down
stay in
and
bounds.
10
And it is.
for
It's a 22-yard pickup.
at the Huron
So there's that deep play that we were
28-yard
just
line.
talking about, set up by the run. A big 3rd down conversion for the Royals comes through.
They went for much more successful when they rolled Todd Redmond out. He's much more dangerous on the run.
They keep it on the ground. And believe David Karcher surges forward for 1 or 2.
Number 83, Dave Karcher, the ball carrier.
Moves it
Tackled
down
by
to the 26.
Number 42, Jeff Faflick.
Now they
Number
move it back, and
22,
it's about
John
a second
Nichols,
in the long
and
9.
Number 69, Steve McNulty.
2nd and 8, I should say.
Second down, 9.
Wynford doing a nice job again. Ball control. Not doing anything risky, just doing the stuff that's got them here. Off tackle right, off tackle left, counter play.
Just power football. And now we've got a flag. And we could have that encroachment. Let's see. Yes, it is. And they're lining up in that neutral zone once again. So that's a big break for the Royals. Instead of a 2nd and 8, it's going to be a 2nd and 3.
Second down.
It's got to be the nose guard,
And that guy,
Jamie Day.
yeah, that guy, he should never be. He's looking right down at the ball. He's got to move back a little bit.
So it brings up a 2nd down, and they're calling it a 4. Yeah, it's about a 4-yard. From the eye, Bayless split wide to the right. David Karcher with a big hole up the middle, all the way down to the 9-yard line. A 12-yard pickup, and he could have driven a truck through that.
He got a little counter.
83,
David Karcher's going to step to the right, cut back to the left, right up the middle, right where the nose guard was, puts his head down, runs over a tackler. David Karcher really running hard here tonight.
And Craig Schieffer led that way with a block from the center spot.
Dave Karcher with 14 rushes tonight for 49 yards.
And it's a 1st and goal for the Royals. Right here is where the yardage gets tough. In the eye, Mike Allspaw, the motion man, up the middle, and Karcher's hit immediately.
Nothing there that time.
That's Steve McNulty from his tackle spot.
And Wynford's run that play 3 times in a row on 1st down.
69, Steve McNulty.
And that was the first time they actually stopped it for no gain.
And that's one of the important things that has worked for the Royals is picking up some positive yardage on that 1st down.
And Coach Filiator's going to go with what works for him. If they can't stop it, Coach Filiator's going to run it at them all night and make them stop it. And he's going to go with something else.
Clock is down to 7 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. A split to the T. Straight drop for Todd. Found a seam in the gap and gets forward to about the 5-yard line. He got a nice comeback block by Mark Allspaw.
Number 11, Todd Redmond, the ball carrier.
And Wynford wants a timeout with a 3rd and 5. Let's take a look at this play.
Timeout, Wynford.
Nobody open here. Todd
Watch
Redmond
Mark
just
Allspaw come back with the block right there.
excellent play. Number 14 got his head in front, and that's the way you do it. You got to get the head in
Third
front.
down,
If it's in the back, it's a clip. It's in the front, it's a good block, and that was an excellent block. And
It's
the heads
also
up
got to
play.
beware of blocking below the waist. So with a timeout on the clock on the field, too, it's 6:42. It's 13-7 in favor of Huron. We will be back. Well, you probably can't hear it through the headset, but the Wynford Royals fans are up on their feet on the other side. From the eye, it is a 3rd and goal from about the 6. They pitch it, and Tracy Wren is stopped. And there's a flag down, a couple of them, unless that's just where they're spotting the ball.
I think those are markers, the little
Okay.
beanbag markers to spot the forward progress, because they threw him back 4 yards from where he was first hit.
6-yard loss.
Here it is. Tracy Wren with a pitch back there, and Huron defense had it well defense that time.
So now it is a 4th and goal back at the 12-yard line. Steve Gray is on for a field goal attempt.
12-yard line.
Ball will be spotted at the 17, so it's about a 27-yard field goal. Now we've got a flag down. Kick was through the uprights,
Penalty markers on the play.
and it looks like it's going to go against the Royals. A legal procedure, and it'll back them up 5.
On Wynford.
Well, that time Steve Gray had enough leg on it.
Yeah, he just had enough leg on it there, and that's just about his limit here coming up. Unless he really gets a hold of one. That was really an unfortunate play there by Wynford, because the ball did go through the uprights. That was a good kick.
They mark it back to the 16-yard line. Todd will spot it at the 23. So that's about a 33-yarder.
Number 11, Todd Redmond.
Could get it to within 3 if it's successful. High snap. Kick is blocked. And it's picked up by Nichols at the 11-yard line. So the Huron Tigers defense hold here as the Royals kill a lot of time off the clock but come away empty-handed. 5:43 on the clock. Let's watch it.
Here it is. The snap's a little high. Tigers puts it down, and somebody in the middle of the line, I couldn't see whose number it was, got his hand on it. The ball didn't have much trajectory on it, so I don't know.
Huron takes over, 1st down and 10.
It may not have made it anyway, but that's neither here nor there.
Because now the Tigers have the ball on their own 11-yard line, pinned deep in their own territory. Mamir, the motion man to the right. And it's a keeper by the quarterback. All the way out to the 35-yard line. That's a 24-yard pickup. A big carry by the quarterback, Pat Legando.
That was an excellent play on the part of the quarterback. Excellent
Number
play.
11.
Here you'll see the Wynford defense go for the fullback who had been hurting him earlier.
33, Steve Schimpf.
Here goes Lenny Brown. There they are, all after him. Here's the quarterback. A nice play there on the defensive back.
35-yard line.
Excellent run there. They had success with the fullback in the first half. Wynford went after it, and the quarterback kept it.
All the way out to the 35-yard line. Inside handoff. And Mamir from the wingback spot surges forward to the 41. So that's a 6-yard pickup, and right now the Tigers are doing it on the ground.
Yeah, now they're doing it on the ground. Here comes with a little counter play that time. John Nichols picks up 6 yards.
Tackled by number 45.
And that's what the run and shoot gives you, a number of opportunities.
2nd down, 4.
The option play, the straight handoff, the counter, short drop passing game.
Mamir, the motion man to the right, follows the lead of Broughton, and a good open field tackle by Steve Schimpf, the left side quarterback.
32, Scott
But
Mamir, the ball
Mamir
player.
gets enough for a first down as he gets up to the 46.
Steve Schimpf. 1st down and 10 for Huron on their own 47-yard line.
Royals need a big play. We have yet to see any turnovers in this ball game. They drop the wing backs to their formation. Now Nichols, the motion man to the left. Complete over the middle or to the left sideline to Rich Wennis. I believe that's the first time he's caught a pass tonight.
Legando's pass was complete to number 82,
Down to the 44.
Rich Wennis.
That's near a 10-yard pickup. Close to another first down. I think he's going to be shy by about a half a yard. Straight up the middle. And Broughton's got the first down and more as he's down to the 41.
Number 45, Len
3-yard pickup.
Carrier, tackled by number 53,
And the
Dave
Royals.
Aubrey. First down and
Royals
10
having their
for
problems
Huron
here early in the third quarter, stopping
on the
Tiger
Wynford
offense.
41-yard
Tiger's
line.
doing a good job of controlling the ball. The short passing game, and now the runs up the middle, and the quarterback keeping it around the outside.
They're really mixing their plays up well here in their first drive of the second half. There's the option, and he just did get it away. Mamir's got some opening there. Good open field tackle by Steve Schimpf. Knocked Mamir off balance, finally driven out of bounds. Picks up near a four yards on the play.
32, Scott Mamir, the ball carrier.
Let's watch Schimpf from his left
Tackled
corner
by
spot.
number 33, Steve Schimpf.
Here's the motion man here. Not quite the motion man. The
Second
wing just
down,
barely gets off. The
7.
quarterback just barely gets it to him. And a good tackle there. Part of
Steve Schimpf.
Steve Schimpf.
He gains 3. It's a second down and 7. Quick hitter over the middle. It's complete to Nichols. Split the seam there and down to the 31. It's another first down. An 8-yard pickup.
22, John Nichols received the pass from number 11, Legando.
Remember, this
Tackled by
drive
number
started way back
83,
at the
Dave
11-yard
Carter,
line.
And number 33, Steve Schimpf. First down and 10 for Huron at the Wynford 31-yard line.
2:22. The clock continues to run here in the third quarter. Huron right now with a 13-7 lead and on the move. They go up the middle, and there is nothing there. Excellent job by the left side, and Dave Aubrey slide through from his nose guard, and Tony Stover, the left side end, had them
Number
both.
45,
Here you see the
Len
left
Braun,
side of the
ball
Wynford
carrier,
defense.
Tackled by
Excellent
number 53,
penetration there.
Dave Aubrey.
Dave
Number
Aubrey gets
82,
across there,
James
makes excellent
Sand,
penetration,
and number
and stops
80,
Lenny
Tony
Broughton
Stover.
for a 3-yard loss.
Second down.
Brings up a second and 13. Ball is moved back to near the 34. Mamir, motion man to the right. Legando rolls to his left. He's got some pasture, goes over the middle. Nichols drops it. Wow. Big break there for the Royals.
Legando's pass intended
I tell you
for
what,
number
Legando
22,
could have ran that
John
ball for
Nichols.
that much
he was
yardage.
wide open and hit him in a bad spot, right in the
Third
hands, right in the
down.
numbers.
13.
Too tough a catch.
Yeah,
Let's watch it.
that was an excellent touch pass, too.
Look at all the green pasture ahead
There
of
he is.
Legando. Reinhardt coming over from his linebacker spot.
I think he was looking to run before he caught the ball. You can see him turn his head there at the last minute. He was looking to run before he caught the ball.
Third and 13. The corners come up tight. Probably play the bump and run. Legando straight drop, looking over the middle. Plenty of time. Ball is tipped by Tim Reinhardt.
Legando's pass was deflected
Ball's
by
incomplete,
number
brings up a
83,
fourth down.
Dave Karcher.
And I
Fourth down,
believe the Huron
13.
Tigers are going to set up in a punt formation as number 12, the punter comes in, Terry
To
Chernenko.
punt for Huron.
Sure, the Royals will
Number
remember what
46,
happened on the first
Tracy
drive
Wynn,
of the ball
deep for
game.
Wynford.
Chernenko is standing on his 46. It's a high snap. Shanked off the left side of his foot. It's coffin cornered and will go out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it. At the 9-yard line. So the Royals have some
Wynford
lot of
takes
territory
over.
to cover.
First down and 10.
With 1:22 on the clock in the third quarter, it's 13-7 in favor of Huron. We'll be back. We'll credit the Wynford Royals defense that time, Farron. They bend, but they didn't break.
Yeah, they needed a big series there to stop them, and they did it here. Wynford, those got a long way to go.
A quick hitter up the middle with David Karcher, and that's about 2
Dave
yards.
Karcher, the ball carrier.
Maybe 3. Brings up a
Tackled
second
by
down and
number
7.
56, Jamie Day.
What's that doing?
Second down, 7.
Second down and 7 as the clock winds down to 53. Mike Allsball split wide to the right. They line up in the eye. Nice move by Tracy Wren. Gets up to the 21 for a first down. Or is that Mike Hall?
That's Tracy
It's either
Wren.
46 or 26. It's Tracy Wren. Let's watch the blocking on this.
That was an excellent play by Tracy. Susie gets the ball and makes a nice cut there.
Number 46, Tracy Wren.
That's one advantage of having David Karcher in the backfield. He's a former guard.
That's right, and having the quickness of Tracy Wren, that's where the opening is. As fast as the Huron defenders are pursuing, that's where the openings will be, cutting it back.
At their own 20-yard line.
The big gain by Wren moves the ball to the 20. They go up the middle. David Karcher had a big hole, sealed nicely by the number 22, Nichols.
Number 83, Dave
And Karcher still picks up 4 or 5 on the play.
By number 22, John Nichols. Second down.
And that's the last play of the third quarter. We have played 3 quarters of high school football, Division 4.
Is Huron 13.
Region 14 playoff action, and the Huron Tigers are leading 13-7.
What's unique about motorist insurance professionals? One thing, they know insurance, and they can help you understand your insurance. Motorist professionals also take the time to analyze your insurance needs, whether it's for your auto, home, business, or life. Motorist insurance professional Dick Plymouth of the Newman Plymouth Agency in Bucyrus represents the kind of insurance company other insurance companies would like to be. For professional, affordable insurance service and localized claims handling, call the Newman Plymouth Agency in Bucyrus.
The final 12 minutes of this ball game, at least in regulation, Tracy Wren gets a pitch, trying to find a seam outside, and runs 20 yards just to get 1.
Number 46, Tracy Wren.
It was a second down and 5 now to bring up about a 3rd and 4.
Sponsler.
The Huron defense did a good job that time just stringing it out, not giving Tracy any gaps to cut up into. They just strung it out until somebody got there to make the play.
I will say one thing, Wynford has kept the Huron Tigers defense out on the field a long time, and that's something they're not used to this season.
But Wynford's got to do something with these drives. They've been moving the ball in between the 20s and 30s pretty good, but they've got to get the ball in the end zone.
Big play here on the 3rd and 3. Straight up the middle. Oh, David Karcher just ran over people all the way out to the 43. A 13-yard pickup.
Number 83, Dave Karcher.
15-yard pickup. Let's watch this.
Number 14, Scott
This is a straight dive play right up the middle. Dave Karcher puts his head on. He's only looking for 3 yards, and there's nobody there.
42-yard line.
And he picks up 15.
Now we've got a timeout. Huron calls a timeout. 11:02 on the clock in the 4th quarter, and the Tigers are leading 13-7. When we come back, Wynford will have a 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. There's a good shot of the Royals fans coming out in numbers tonight, and it really is a beautiful night for football, Fearon. I know earlier in the week it was cold and we had some snow flurries, but we thank our weatherman, Doyle Weaver. He predicted Indian summer-like temperatures, and that's exactly what we've had, and hopefully it'll remain this way for the next couple of days.
Doyle does an excellent job with the weather. And I'll tell you what, up here by the lake, you'd think, it'd be a little cold, windy and cold. I'll tell you what, it's a beautiful night for football here into the 2nd week of November.
And the wind really is not playing that much of a role tonight. Now it is starting to blow a little bit from the west. So for the Royals, it's a 1st and 10. Timeout. Todd Redmond doesn't like what he sees. I imagine they were going to go to the right side, and looked like Huron was stacked to that side.
Yeah, they were moving there, and whatever it was Todd Redmond had called, it was going that direction. He didn't like it, and he did the smart thing by calling the timeout.
That's right. It's a sign of a smart quarterback. They've been tabbed, the Cardiac kids of Crawford County, from coming back from in some big ball games early in the season. It's not to that point here, but they do need to put the score on the board with this drive. With 11:02, you don't want to put the ball back in the hands of Pat Legando and company.
No, and Wynford's been like this position before. Got to do. And Coach Philly, I'm sure, knows what's got to be done, him and his coaching staff, and he's not going to let this one get away. He's going to put some stuff here together here and try and get the ball in the end zone, because I think right now the way the defense is playing, the last series there towards the end, They're starting to
Bending
put some
but
stuff
not
together.
breaking.
Right. I think if they get a lead, the kids are really going to come out fired up on defense and do a fine job.
Well, that extra point that was missed could turn out to be a key factor in this ball game, and that was back in the second quarter when Huron scored a touchdown at 7:58, and the PAT was wide to the right by Wenis.
Down out of the way.
So right now it is a 1st and 10 after the timeout. They've talked things over. Straight drop by Todd, right sideline, and underthrown. The intended receiver was Colton Bayless. Number 85 back
Redmond's
on coverage.
pass intended for number
Jeff
7, Colton
Sponsler.
Bayless, was incomplete.
Yeah, that time Todd
Second down,
tried to roll
10.
to the left and throw back to the right, and that's a long pass to throw back to the opposite sideline, which you're running away from.
I noticed one thing, that the cornerbacks and the safety are dropping back very deep for Huron.
Huron just don't want any big plays right now.
That's right. Well, the safety man, Scott Johnson, is probably about 16 or 17 yards off the line. 2nd down and 10 with the counterplay. Tracy Wren finds a crack in the seam and gets up to near the 49. A good run.
Number 46.
Brings up a 3rd and 3.
Excellent play here by Tracy Wren. Gives him a counter step to the left, goes back to the right, gets an excellent block from the right side there.
Number 69, Steve McNulty.
Picks up 7 yards.
And number 20, Aaron Brothers.
Following his big tackle,
3rd
Jim
down,
Cox.
3.
Cox just leading the way, and Wren holding on to his uniform. I guess when you're 6'3", as big as Cox is, I'd follow him too. Big play, 3rd and 3. They go up the middle, and David Karcher does a nice job of sidestepping the defenders. And that time, I think, looked like Huron was in almost a goal line
Dave
defense
Karcher,
as
the ball
everybody
carrier.
was up on the line.
Tackled by number 42, Jeff
Here we got
Buffett,
3rd and 3.
and number
Motion
14,
man going there, and it's a
Scott
straight
Thompson.
dive again to Dave Karcher.
Scott Johnson.
Dave Karcher does a nice job, takes 2 steps outside, cuts it back to the left,
Picks
picks
up
7 yards.
to the Huron 44. Mike Allspaw now in motion. Redmond rolls that way. He's got pressure from the backside. Releases. And it's short of the intended receiver. Almost picked off. Number 56.
Redmond's
Back on
pass
coverage.
intended for number 25, Mark
And that time,
Allspaw.
Todd Redmond had number
was
46
incomplete.
breathing right down his back. Or excuse me, number 42 was running right down his back, and he had to get rid of it.
2nd down, 10.
And that time, Jamie Day, number 56, was well back on coverage, and he's a nose guard. So it brings up a 2nd down and 10, and it looks like the Royals have gone away from the thing that has had success with them, and that is running on 1st down, picking up that 4 or 5 yards of crack. Now they run that counter. Mike Hall breaks a tackle and gets forward for about 5 yards. Good second effort by the tailback. Moves it forward to the 40-yard line, and it'll bring up a 3rd
Number
down
26,
and
Mike
6.
Hall, the ball carrier.
The short counter plays
Tackled by
are
number
the
22,
counter
John
trays, what
Nichols,
they're called. The
and
tailback
number
just takes a step
85,
to the
Jeff
left, and he's going
Sponsler.
back to the right. It just gets a better block for the
3rd
lineman. They
down,
get positioned
6.
better on the defensive lineman, causing the holes here, which these backs are running through.
Well, Wynford has certainly eaten up a lot of this clock. It's down to 9 minutes here in the final quarter. Off the tackle, David Karcher fumbles the ball, but I believe the whistle was blown.
Yeah,
and they're going
down.
to call him dead. Call him
Number
down at the
83, Dave
36,
Karcher, the ball carrier.
37.
Tackled by number 22, John
Here they come back
Nichols.
with a straight dive off tackle here. Dave Karcher puts his head down, gets
Yeah,
4
he was
yards,
down.
and he was definitely down before the ball
4th
popped out.
down,
The ground
3.
cannot cause a fumble.
Big play here. It's a 4th and 3. The Royals are going for it. You hear the chant of the Huron crowd. Defense, it's from the eye. The option play, pitched to Hall, and he's hit and drilled down by 85. Jeff Sponsler came up from his cornerback spot, and that play was just very well defense by the Huron Tigers. So it stops the drive.
Number
Here you go see Wynford here come with the dive there. Option play, pitch back to Mike Hall. But Huron was waiting for that play.
Now we got number 22, John Nichols
Huron
down.
takes over on downs. 1st and 10.
Wynford trying to cross them up there the last 3 times, and third and short, they had to dive the Karcher up the middle. This time they tried to fake the dive, go to the pitch play, but Huron was ready for the task.
So now they go back on offense from their own 37. .8:11 here in the fourth quarter. Play action, Legando rolling to his right, will have to keep it, steps up in the pocket, still on his feet, all the way forward to 45, 46 maybe. That's going to be about a 9-yard pickup.
That time, Pat Legando just doing a good job there. Roll out here, looking for a receiver, nobody open, so he turns it up, gets a couple good key blocks there. A missed tackle there in the backfield by the Wynford defender. Could have stopped a big game.
They give him 8, brings up a second down and 2. Broughton the lone setback. Right off tackle, they give it to him. Gets forward to near midfield. That's about a 4-yard pickup.
Number 45.
And a first down for the Tigers. And right now the clock is certainly in their favor.
Number 33, Steve Schimpf. And number 51, Tim Reinhardt. First down and 10 for Huron at the 50-yard line.
Now you're going to see Huron just come out and try and control this ball on the ground. They probably won't even put a pass in there unless they have to. They want to try and control on the ground, eat the clock up.
Nichols, a motion man to the left, and it's going to be too much time. That's one way of killing the clock. .6:51 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. And after the 5-yard mark-off, it'll be a 1st and 15. And if I'm not mistaken, Farron, I believe this will be the last season for head coach Tony Munafo, who has been at Huron for 22 years. And, of course, they were the Sandusky Bay Conference champions. Last year made it to the playoffs, were knocked out in the opening round. They'd like to make it on to the regional finals here. I'm sure Wynford would like to make it on as well. Right now it's 13-7 in favor of the Tigers. First down and 15. Quick hitter over the middle and thrown to the left side of Manier. And it was almost picked off.
Intended for number
I think one of the Wynford defensive guys that time got a hand on Pat Logano's arm. Because he didn't throw that with the way he's been throwing it the rest of the game. Or somebody got a hand on his arm.
Well, he tried that touch pass too, and as I said, Mamir had to do almost a 360 to get to the ball. Just throwing to the wrong side of him. He was cutting in, ball was out. Ball's incomplete, brings up a second down and 15. One thing the passing will do, incomplete, stops the clock, 6:47. Royals need a big play. Legando rolling to his left, down the sideline, wide open is Nichols. He might go all the way. Touchdown for Huron Tigers, 55 yards.
Excellent play here by quarterback Pat Logano. He drops back to the left, rolls out. John Nichols runs right up the sideline.
For the touchdown was complete to number 22.
Excellent pass.
John Nichols.
So
55 yards.
Legando to Nichols, complete for 55 yards, gives him some breathing room, and with 6:36 on the clock. Something we haven't seen the Royals get burned by, and that's a big play, and that was it right there.
Well, this is the first team really Wynford's played this year that really throws the ball well, and it's really the first time they've seen it, and it's hard to practice getting something and play against something that you haven't seen all year, but this is a fine quarterback and a fine team here, passing team, the Huron Tigers, and give them credit.
And with that in mind, 6:36, we'll take a timeout, 19-7, Huron up by 12. There you see our score, 6:36 on the clock, and Huron is going for 2. A lot of confidence in this offense for good reason. Legando throws it into the end zone, wide open, but throws it short. The intended
The
receiver
pass intended for
was
number
Sponsler.
85, Jeff Sponsler, was incomplete.
So it's 19-7, a
The score is
12-point
Huron,
lead.
19,
And really, that's a good call by the Tigers.
7.
They've got nothing to lose. Wynford still needs 2 scores to get in.
They still need 2 scores, and what they're trying to do is just make them score 2 touchdowns or a touchdown, extra point, and then come back with another touchdown and go for 2 to win. So it's a good play on the part of the Tigers.
So with 6:36, Wynford will receive the kickoff, and back deep for the Royals is Colton Bayless.
And now they force Wynford in, not the ball control, but they've got to get the thing in the end zone here real quick on their first possession so they
Number
get a chance to get it
58,
back.
Brett Wennes to kick off for Huron.
Brett Wennes, number 58, is on
to receive
to
for Wynford.
kick for the Tigers, who right now, with a 19-7 lead, are in a pretty comfortable position. However, we did say earlier that the Royals tabbed the Cardiac Kids of Crawford County. They've come back before, and let's see if they can do it again here. Todd Redmond is 5 for 13 unofficially on the night for 44 yards, so they're going to need some big plays. Also back there deep with Colton Bayless is Mike Hall and Tracy Wren. Kick is down the, well, Mark Allspaw will field it at his 8. Good return out to the 26-yard line, 18 yards for Mark Allspaw.
Number 25, Mark Allspaw, returned the kick for Wynford, tackled by number 82, Rich Wennes. First down and 10 for Wynford at their own 26-yard line.
Wynford's now got to put the ball in the air.
Exactly right. And also, as they do that, try to make sure they don't kill too much time off the clock, so we'll probably see a lot of sideline patterns. And incomplete. Good coverage by Sponsler. The intended receiver was Allspaw.
Redmond's pass.
Stops the clock at 6:07, but it also brings up a second down and 10.
Was incomplete. Second down, 10.
Now we've got an official's timeout. David Karcher is being helped off the field. He of tender ankles.
Official timeout.
So David Karcher, that's a big blow for the Royals, both offensively and defensively.
Well, at this point of the game, they've barely got to pass the ball, so it is a loss to have David Karcher off the field. But right now, the running game is not what they're going to try and do. They got to pass the ball.
He's an excellent
pass
blocker.
He is an excellent blocker.
So Schieffer comes in to replace Karcher and gets the ball up the middle, fumbles it, and Huron's got it at the 35-yard line. A big gain for Schieffer. Unfortunately, fumbles the ball, and Huron recovers at the 35.
Excellent play here. Wynford got the right call. The straight dive's been there all night long. Somebody just gets a hand on Schieffer's arm, and he drops the ball.
Looks like number 69, Steve McNulty.
You got a hold of his arm, and you got to tuck it in and protect at this point of the game.
So a big break for the Tigers. 5:52. They lead 19-7. And another score here would put this game just about in doubt. And there's a movement on the left side. There's a flag. Number 59, or 58, I should say, Rhett Wennes, jumps offside, and then
Ball start on Huron.
now we'll bring up a first and 15.
Down, 15.
Backs it up to the 40.
Now they're forced into trying to tackle the football now.
And it's dangerous when you do that, because it always gives the running back extra yardage. So here we go. First and 15. Mamir, the motion man, gets the ball second back, gets a good block by Broughton, and is corralled down by number 55 at the 34.
Number 32, Scott Mamir, the ball carrier.
Calvin Lewis made the tackle.
55,
Lewis
Calvin Lewis.
in for David Karcher. I haven't seen him out there in the linebacker
Second
spot.
down, 9.
Gets it back to a 6-yard pickup, brings up a second down and 9 as they get it back to the 34.
Huron in no hurry here. They're going to try and run as much time as they can and then just run the ball on the ground, hoping to pick up the first down.
Broughton with a big hole off the right side, right behind his guard. Gets down to the 26. That was going to be close to a first down.
Number 45.
It's going to bring up a third and short yardage, about 1.5.
Number 41, Greg Schieffer, and number 55,
Karcher comes back in,
Calvin Lewis.
limping a little bit. Very
Third
noticeable.
down,
Shane Grove
1.
also comes in as Jim Cox comes out. 3rd down and 1. Broughton hit behind the line of scrimmage. Excellent surge by the left side of the defensive line for the Royals. Rob Goodrich in there, David Karcher and Tim Reinhardt.
David Karcher got excellent penetration at times.
Number 72,
As
Rob
you'll see here,
Goodrich.
David Karcher from his left linebacking position is going to shoot the gap here, gets in the backfield, gets a hold of the legs of Lenny Broughton,
2.
and drops in for a yard loss.
4th down and 2. Huron will go for it. Mamir, the motion man, and movement on the right side. Nichols jumps offside, and that should back up the Tigers 5 more. It'll bring up a 4th and 7. No, wait a second. Now they're going to say it's offside against the Royals.
Encroachment on Wynford.
Huh. Let's watch it. See if that left side of the Royals defense moves.
1st down and 10 for Huron.
Well,
At the
I tell you,
they
there was
can move,
movement, but there wasn't in the neutral zone.
The Wynford defense can move as long as they get back before the ball was snapped, and the ball was never snapped, so I don't know. I didn't see a contact. I did not see any contact there, so.
Well, it's a big break for the Tigers. Instead of 4th and 7, they get a 1st and 10. And it's picked off by Craig Schieffer. He might go down the sidelines. Lagando's got him, drives him out of bounds at the 49-yard line. So a big break for the Royals. Craig Schieffer, who fumbled the ball, picks it off and returns it to the 49. Watch it.
Craig Schieffer, nice job there. Cuts in front of the receiver. He read the out pattern all the way, stepped in front of the ball, trying to save himself there a little bit for the fumble earlier. Did a nice job of stepping in front of it, picking it off, and giving Wynford another shot here.
Hey, that's a big break. 3:16 on the clock. Still some time for the Royals.
And they're at midfield with good position here.
They need to strike quickly. They flare it out to Wren, and not a good play because it's read beautifully by the Huron Tigers, dropping for about an 8-yard loss.
Number 46, Tracy Wren, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 42, Jeff Fackler.
Wynford right now has got to go straight ahead.
Yeah, they got to go straight ahead. They can't be flaring the ball out. They got to get it down the field.
He loses 6, brings up a 2nd and 16.
16.
The clock is running down. It's down to 2:41. They need to score quickly. Mark Allsball split wide to the left. Redmond under pressure releases, and it's complete. A short reception to Tony Stover. Doesn't get out of bounds, and the clock continues to run. Gets back near the line of scrimmage, which is the 48. And it brings up a third down and 11.
Wynford needs to start calling a couple plays in the huddle here because they're wasting just too much time here. They don't have that time to waste. They need to call 1 or 2 plays, get up there on the line and run them.
Now he called timeout.
Tony,
Took him too long.
They lost 14 seconds there.
You're right there, Farron.
And I got to believe that's what they're doing right now. They're going to get over there and get 2 or 3 plays called so they can get up there and keep the defense off guard and try and pick up a few more first downs and try and get in the end zone here.
Well, they got the right idea in trying to throw towards the sideline. I'm sure Huron knows they're going to try to do that just so they can catch a ball and get out of bounds. But they need some yardage. That play only covered 5 yards, and unfortunately they've got to get 7 to 8 per reception, and they're just not getting it, and it's a 3rd and 11. So they need 11 here.
So Huron's just trying to guard now against the big play. They don't want somebody to score quicker because they don't have a chance. They'll let them score. They'll let them throw 10, 15 times on the field here, 6, 7, 8, 10 yards a shot. To run the clock out, it's not going to hurt them. So Wynford needs to take advantage of that. Hopefully, they can get them bust one of these short out patterns. So they get time for the onside kick and try and get another score on the board.
So here we go. 3rd and 11. Clock is at exactly 2 minutes. Todd, straight drop for the sideline, and the old flea flicker didn't work. And it's going to be Huron's ball. They tried the old give and go, but the Tigers stifle it, and it looks like they will. Let's watch this.
Redmond's pass was complete.
Here's the old flea flicker. You throw it to the tight end. He tries to lateral it back. He got hit. He was trying to lateral it. The ball laid free on the ground, and Huron Tiger jumped on it.
Good play, recovered by Jeff Sponsler.
At the Wynford 49.
So from here, they can just run out the clock with 1:41, probably keep it on the ground. Broughton gets it off the right side, gets forward to the 45 of Wynford. A 4-yard pickup brings up a 2nd down and 6.
Tackled by number 80, Tony Stover, and number 83,
Well,
Dave
it looks like
Archer.
the outcome is going to be in favor of the Huron Tigers, but we congratulate the Wynford Royals on a very fine season, ending up at 9-1, outright North Central Conference champions. Well, with this loss, it would make them 9-2. And all Huron has to do is hold on to the ball. It's down to 1 minute. Second back is Mamere. Finds an outside opening down the sidelines, driven out of bounds by Colton Bayless at about the 21-yard line.
Number 32, Scott Mamere, the ball carrier.
29-yard pickup.
Forced out of bounds by number 7.
Yeah, this is just a notion man. Comes here, gets the ball, hand off, cuts it outside.
At the Wynford 23
Gets a nice block there.
line.
Runs it upfield, gets knocked out of bounds by Colton Bayless.
First down, clock is stopped. They call it out of bounds at the 23, so it's a 27-yard pickup for Scott Mamere. 6 carries for 42 yards. And it's been a well-balanced attack. And now number 20 into the ball game
20,
is Aaron Brothers. 8 carries forward inside the 20 to about the 18 or 19.
Tackled by number 51, Tim Reinhardt. Number 83, Dave
33,
Carter.
30 seconds. The clock is winding down. The Huron Tigers will advance on to the regional final game against either Archbold or Otsego.
6.
But we congratulate the Wynford Royals and head coach Greg Fillelater for an excellent season, finishing up at 9-2. Good open field tackle
Number 43,
by Mike
Jason
Hall.
Steeroff, the ball carrier.
As Jason
Tackled by
Steeroff.
number 26, Mike Hall.
Game is history, folks.
The final score
Our final score is Huron 19, Wynford 7. And they, as I said, they will advance on to the regional finals against either Archbold or Otsego. And for the Royals, they bow out at 9-2, and an excellent job by Greg Fillelater and the rest of his coaching staff. Congratulations to Mike Shepner, the athletic director, Don Miller, the principal, and Bob Taylor, the superintendent. So we'll be back to wrap up this ball game. Welcome back to Huron Stadium. Final score tonight, 19-7 in favor of the Tigers. Farron, I think it's a case of missed opportunities for the Royals. They moved the ball well between the 20s, just couldn't punch it in tonight.
Yeah, when you get in a game like this, you got to take advantage of the opportunities you have. Tonight, like you said, he moved it well between the 20s, and they didn't put it in the end zone, and that ended up costing them the ball game.
I think the one that hurt the most was that opening drive in the third quarter. They moved it all the way inside the 7, dropped for a loss, and just couldn't recover from there.
No, they couldn't recover. And I'll tell you what, you got to give the Huron a lot of credit. That's the best ball team they played all year, especially throwing the ball. They did an excellent job. Pat Logano on the night was 11 for 23 for 142 yards. They had 174 yards passing, 174 yards rushing, 348 yards, balanced offense, and it's the best team they played this year.
That's, in a nutshell, that's the way it is. Huron, the better of the two teams tonight on this field. Congratulations to the Tigers, and best of luck to them next week when they take on either Archbold or Otsego in the regional finals. What do you think of the Huron Tigers?
Well, I think they're an excellent ball team. They're excellent coached. They've got a good chance of going next week and win. I did hear the Archbold was ahead 21-7, I think, late. So they'll be playing Archbold next week, and if they play like they did this week, they could be victorious again.
When for the Wynford Royals, their season ends at 9-2, an NCC championship. Coach Greg Fillelater did a tremendous job with his kids, and I guess they'll be back next year.
Coach Fillelater has nothing to hang his head about. The kids played well this year, won the NCC, very tough conference. come up here, played them tough. Nothing to hang his head about. They got an excellent ball team. They'll be back.
And final score once again, 19-7 in favor of the Huron Tigers. And that's going to wrap it up from here for Farron. I'm Tony Santana and the rest of the TV54 Sports Catch Cam crew. So long, everyone.